Hey you, I'm Sarah Turner. I'm a freelance copywriter and copywriting mentor, and I want to answer the question, why isn't my sales copy working? What are some of the things that you can do to troubleshoot copy that isn't converting? So let's dig right in, shall we? The first thing is that it's misleading. This is something that I see a lot of newbie copywriters get kind of into trouble with. You think you know what copywriting should sound like. You kind of maybe have studied some old school versions of copywriting, some old school experts and maybe you have this idea of what copywriting should be, and it's kind of playing out into your copy and making it sound really cliche or clickbaity or just, not great. And so people might feel misled by your copy. People should know exactly what they're getting. So set expectations in your copy and make sure that you are getting into exactly what the point is right away. Another thing that can help with people feeling misled when they read your copy is to remember that clear is better than clever every time. I always remind my students of that, clear over clever. Because sometimes it can be fun to be a little clever and to come up with these really abstract ideas or funny little quips, but it can actually end up confusing or misleading the person who's reading your copy. So make sure you get another set of eyes on it and ask yourself, is this maybe misleading? Do they not know exactly what they're getting right when they get to whatever your piece of copy is, be it a landing page, an email, whatever? This is also true, especially for emails. If your subject line is misleading, it can actually really piss people off. It'll end up in a higher unsubscribe rate, and honestly, people could end up reporting your email as spam, which isn't good. So just don't be misleading. It's gross. Don't do it. The second major one is that you're not handling their objections. I think sometimes copywriters are afraid to handle objections because they think they'll bring it into their prospect's mind when it wasn't already there. But that's generally not the case. If you're thinking of an objection, they are already probably thinking the same thing. So make sure you're handling objections. And you can't just handle objections by throwing the benefits of your product or service back at them. You've actually got to address it head on. You can do that either with a case study, you can do that with a testimonial or social proof. You can call it out and say it's a genuine objection, but here's why, you still would be interested in this product or service. You can also make sure that you have things like money back guarantees and secure checkout and things like that, things that really go a long way in making sure people feel safe and secure when they're purchasing from you, especially online. The other thing it could be a technical problem, which might mean it's not an actual problem with your copy per se, but it could be some element of your copy or how it's actually being executed. So for example, formatting is a big one. You gotta make sure that your formatting is mobile friendly because people are reading their things more than ever on their phones. So if you have big walls of text, that is a surefire way to get somebody to click away from whatever your copy is. The other thing is it could be loading times. So make sure that your page is loading quickly, check on a few different computers or browsers. Again, definitely check on your phone. And be sure to check all the links and just make sure that everything is running smoothly. I always like to send a piece of copy and a link to a friend of mine to have them just kind of skim it and look over it and see if they catch any glaring mistakes. It's a real easy way to get somebody who's outside of your industry to kind of glance at what it is you're trying to do and to make sure that everything is functioning. The fourth thing is that it's not compelling enough. If there is no reason for a person to act now, they're probably going to put it off. So make sure that you are writing compelling copy that makes the person who you're writing to know that you are targeting and talking to the exact person that they are. You want somebody to read your copy and think, whoa, this person is talking directly to me. And then you also want to add a sense of urgency. You can do that, maybe by limiting whatever it is that you have. That is totally a possibility. Or you could just do it by, bringing up what would happen or how would their life look if they didn't act now. How much longer can they go on with their life as it is? And your titles and subtitles should be the punchiest part of your copy. So really take the time and energy to make them excellent. I always go back and write them last. I always have a working headline and maybe a working sub-headline, and then when I'm done with my copy, I go back to all of them and I see and spend real time making sure that they're the best they can possibly be. So drop a note for me in the comments. Have you found anything that, affected your conversion rates that you were surprised to find out? And of course, hit that thumbs up button if you liked it. That's how I know that you like videos like this and you want to see more of them. And of course, please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, guys.